Welcome guys to the last installment in the Trading Psychology and Mindset series. So far we have discussed the basic framework of the markets, how an individual trader should view their trades, and what's the habits of a successful trader. We have also discussed the mathematical concepts that a trader needs in order to be profitable consistently. Now here in the final video, we will discuss the most common errors that traders make, and how you can use that is when you review your trades every weekend, you can classify or categorize your errors and see which department most of them fall in, because that will be the area you will need to work the most on. So let's begin. We'll start with discussing the 4 major trading errors that traders make, and then we will go in depth with each one of them. So the first one is this idea of a free trade. This is when a trader would move their stop to a break even and think that now he's in a free trade he cannot lose. This idea is basically wrong, and we'll go in detail on to why. The second one is having a strategy that does not align with your personality. You can have the best, most profitable strategy that works all the time, but if it does not align with your personality, it won't work for you. And this is very crucial. This concept keeps coming back in the Market Wizard series, which is a series where the top traders of the world are interviewed. And almost every single one of them say the same thing. The third one is the lack of abundance mindset. So lack of abundance mindset can manifest itself in our trading through multiple ways, and we'll go how that happens in the slide in this video. And then the last one is thinking in certainties. As humans, we are raised in a world of rules and certainties. So we see the world as, if this happens, then this will happen, but that's not how the real world is. The real world has probabilities. If A happens, then there's an 80% chance B happens, 20% chance C happens. That's how the real world works. But being raised in our school, being raised in law and order in a civilized society, as humans, we have got used to thinking in terms of certainties, and we have to erase that from our mind or adapt our thinking if we want to be successful in trading. So let's go into each of these concepts one by one. Free trade concept. In Wall Street, there's a saying that there's nothing as free lunch. And that's apt. Every single time you're always risking something in order to make a biscuit. So let's understand this concept with an example. I assume you enter a trade at $100. Your stop loss is at $98 and your take profit is at $110. Now this trade goes in your favor. It goes to 108. At this point, what many traders would do is move their stop to break even, aka 100, and then think that they cannot lose in this trade. It's a free trade. I will show you why that idea is wrong. Let's say if you had no trade, right? If you had no position right now, would you enter this new trade at $108 with your stop at 100 and target at 110? Would you ever do that? Obviously not. That's very risky trade. But once a trader is already in a position, they're biased towards the position, and they make this error. They make this error where they would have their stop too far and risk giving away a big chunk of their profits. So you have to realize that when you're in a trade, the risk to reward of that trade is constantly evolving, and you have to adapt based on that. You have to make decisions based on that. The next one is if your trading strategies does not align with your personality. And in this slide, I've discussed the 4 different personality traits. It has to be obviously your basic core personality, how you respond to external stress, what kind of social pressures affect you, and the biases you have in your behavior. So this is what defines your personality and your trading psychology, and you have to be attentive if your strategy aligns with that or not. I'll give you an example. In the Market Wizard series I mentioned, it's a series where the top traders of the world are interviewed. There's this one trader, he says that him and his brother are both successful traders. But he was a technical trader and his brother was a fundamental trader. They were both successful traders, but if they tried to trade each other's style, they would fail miserably. That's because their personalities were different and just would not work. So this is why I'm encouraging you guys to review your trades, make a system that works with you, that works with your personality, because that's the only way forward in the long run. The third concept, the lack of abundance mindset. Now you guys might have heard that about the concepts of FOMO, revenge trading, greed, fear, all of these, right? All of you who have traded the markets have also experienced these. You will realize they're all indirectly connected to a lack of abundance mindset. If you FOMO, why are you FOMOing? It's because you think this is the only opportunity the market will give me. Market after this would not get an opportunity for a long time, and I will be left waiting while all my friends would have made money. You see how stupid that thinking is? Markets are infinite. They have been there since the dawn of time, and they will be there till humans are done, right? Humans go extinct. Markets give new opportunities every day, all the time. Just because others are taking one opportunity does not mean you will never get another opportunity again. You will get your own opportunity based on your own system when the time is right. Revenge trading. Again, it's a similar concept. You lost a trade and then you want to trade to make back that money right away. Rather than waiting for your setup, you want to make that money right away. That's because you're thinking that if you don't make back that money right away, you will never make it. Markets have run out of opportunities. This is the last time to make back my money. I will never get a chance to make it back again. You see how all of these come back to lack of abundance mindset? You have to believe, you have to know that markets are infinite. Any single trade is just one in a series of thousands of trades. And there's no lack of opportunity. Just wait for your setup. That's it. Last but not the least is the certainty versus probability mindset. Now, growing up within school system in a civilized society, we are always thinking in terms of certainty. Something like, if I don't go to class, I would get punished. If I don't study for this test, I would fail. Right? Like, that's how most humans think. Most people have simply one cause and effect. They do not think in terms of probabilities. They do not think in terms of all the possible scenarios. And this is why most people are not fit for trading. So if you're a trader and you want to be successful, you have to start thinking of all the possible scenarios. You have to start thinking, if A happens, what are the possibilities for B, C, D, and E to happen? Rather than if A happens, B happens, that's it. You cannot think in those terms. Only way in order to properly manage your risk, in order to think of all the possibilities, would be through a probability mindset where you realize that many things are possible. And once you start thinking that way, you will also risk appropriately, because you will know that even if your trade is high probability, let's say it has 80% chance of working out, it also has a 20% chance of not working out, and you will not go YOLO. You will not risk everything because you're thinking in terms of probabilities. It's the people who always think, oh, this is a short trade, I cannot lose, it's 100% winner. Those are the ones that take crazy risk and lose it all. If you know that the world does not work in 100% certainty, you will not be taking crazy risk. You will be realizing that it's a game of longevity, of taking 1,000 trades, and then over time your edge will manifest. So I hope all these concepts are clear, and how I want you to use them is when you review your trades every week, I want you to define where most of your errors are coming from. which one of these 4 categories do your errors fall in? And if most of them fall in one of these categories, then you know which one to work on and where do you change your mindset. Capiche? That should be easy enough. That was the last video in this series. I really enjoyed doing it. We'll begin with the candlesticks and indicator tutorial series next. Alright guys, see you.